Morning. Today is March 11th, Monday. It's probably about 10 or 11 o'clock. A little screwed up because time's just changed. And just talking about what we've been doing here recently. So all the Stewart trees are cleaned up and gone. And we're going to look into making some pecan bowls with the wood we harvested. It'll be a long, expensive process to learn that, but we'll see what happens. A month or so ago, we put out 50 pounds of daikon radish seed and some red, not crimson clover. And I'm thinking with the rains we've had, we're starting to see the daikon radish and we're starting to see the red clover. And so the red clover at a minimum we're expecting is going to decrease our nitrogen requirements on the soil. We do have some ladino intermixed in here in several of our areas, so this is probably a ladino white clover. We do see a little bit of a white bloom here, but the red will mostly die off, not reseed, and add, at a minimum, good humus and likely decrease our nitrogen needs. The daikon radish seed, I don't know about nutrients. It might add some, but what that does is fertile soil that it's wet and clay-like. It will grow down up to 12 inches deep and get maybe this big around or more. It's an Asian root vegetable, and then it'll rot, so it kind of aerates the soil. Last year I noticed that I had some problems with Ambrosia beetle. The Ambrosia beetles got on my chestnuts but didn't really impact their survivability. I've seen them a little bit on figs. The figs tolerate it fairly well, but I did, even with treatment, lose a tree down at the end of the driveway here. It had been I think it was a oconee. And so I cut that tree to the ground, burn it. A little bit of concern over the Ambrosia beetles coming in. So you'll see here is I've got, it looks like white paint, but you can use latex paint on these to prevent sun scald, or maybe them keep them a little bit cooler so that the bark doesn't burst. I'm not going to say it's what I'm doing, but typical treatments for Ambrosia beetles only last about 7 days. And I heard it hinted at a pecan meeting that if you mix in an ounce of bifenthrin with other materials, as long as the other materials stay on the tree, that the bifenthrin will remain on there and you only have to treat once. So I'm not telling you to do that. I'm not telling you it's what I'm doing. And so just an idea. So otherwise, I think I've got my grafting materials all lined up. I do need to sharpen my knives again. I'm starting to clean up the nursery, pruning for long-term growth, getting rid of the leaves, tuning up the irrigation system. I did have a burst over winter, or I stepped on something, not sure which. And my main goal and different thing I'm going to do with irrigation this year is I'm just going to wait longer. Again, jumping things right on April tends to not do as well as maybe the trees in May. So that's what we've got going on. Plenty to do, and you can see those black pots over there. I've got some trees to plant. So hope you find this informal tip on ambrosia beetle treatment helpful.